It started with Maria. She was working late at the hospital, third shift in the ICU. Around 3 a.m., she saw it in her peripheral vision, a tall, dark shape standing at the end of the hallway. When she turned to look directly, nothing was there. Just tired, she told herself. But the shadow came back every night, always in the same spot, always watching. Maria mentioned it to her co-worker Janet. "Oh honey, everyone sees those here." Janet laughed. "Night shift shadows. Comes with the job." But Maria's shadow was different. It was getting closer. First, it appeared at the nurse's station, then by the medicine cabinet, then right outside room 314, where old Mr. Henderson was dying alone. On Friday night, Maria saw the shadow standing directly beside Mr. Henderson's bed. She rushed in to check on him. He was awake, staring at the ceiling with wide, terrified eyes. "It's here," he whispered. "The tall man. He's been waiting for me." Maria looked around the room. Nothing there. "Mr. Henderson, you're safe. There's no one here but us." But Mr. Henderson kept staring at the same spot where Maria had seen the shadow. "He says it's time," he whispered. "He says I have to go with him." Mr. Henderson died 20 minutes later. Maria tried to forget about it. People die in hospitals all the time. The shadow was just her imagination. Lack of sleep, too much caffeine. But then she started seeing them everywhere. At the grocery store, standing behind the cashier. At the gas station, lurking near the pumps. In her apartment building, blocking the stairwell. Always tall, always dark, always watching her with eyes she couldn't see but somehow felt. And wherever she saw them, bad things happened. The cashier who had a shadow behind her. Car accident the next day. The gas station attendant. Heart attack at age 25. Her neighbor Mrs. Chen, who'd had a shadow following her down the hall. Found dead in her apartment 3 days later. Maria realized the shadows weren't random. They were markers, death omens, and they were spreading. She started a journal, tracking every sighting. The pattern was clear. Someone sees a shadow figure. Then within a week, they're dead. Always different causes. Always looking natural. But always after the shadow appeared. That's when Maria made her biggest mistake. She posted about it online. "Has anyone else noticed shadow figures before deaths in their family? I think I might be seeing something supernatural." The responses came flooding in. "Yes, my dad saw a tall shadow man the week before his stroke. I've been seeing them since I was a kid. Everyone I see them near dies within days. They're getting more active. I saw 12 yesterday." 12. Maria realized she wasn't alone. Hundreds of people were seeing the shadow figures, and they were all connected to a single website forum called The Watchers. The forum had been active for only 6 months, but it had thousands of members, all sharing the same experience, seeing dark figures that predicted death. The moderator, someone called Shadow Seer, claimed to have been tracking the phenomenon for years. "They're not random," Shadow Seer posted. "The figures are recruiting. Every person who sees them becomes a beacon. The more you see them, the more they're drawn to people around you. You become a magnet for death." Maria's blood went cold. Since she started seeing the shadows, everyone around her was dying. Her patients, her neighbors, random strangers she encountered. The shadows weren't just predicting deaths. They were causing them. But it got worse. Shadow Seer posted a new message. "Stage 2 has begun." The shadows are no longer content to watch. They're starting to interact. That night, Maria saw her first interactive shadow. She was walking to her car after work when she noticed it following her. Not lurking in the distance like usual, actually walking behind her, matching her pace. When she sped up, it sped up. When she stopped, it stopped. Maria turned around to face it directly. For the first time, she could see his face. Or rather, the absence of a face. Just a void where features should be, except for 2 pinpricks of red light where eyes might have been. It raised one long, thin arm and pointed at her. Then it spoke in a voice like wind through dead leaves. "Your turn." Maria ran. But the shadow didn't chase her. It didn't need to, because now she understood what stage 2 inches meant. The shadows weren't just marking people for death anymore. They were recruiting them to become shadows themselves. Over the next week, Maria watched herself change. Her reflection in mirrors started looking long, darker, more shadowy, less solid. Her coworkers mentioned she looked pale, thin, like she was fading away. And she started seeing through walls. At first, it was just glimpses. She'd see patients in rooms she wasn't supposed to be able to see. Then it got stronger. She could see through buildings, through people, through everything. The solid world was becoming transparent, but the shadow world was becoming more real. Maria could see them everywhere now. Thousands of shadow figures standing in every room, on every street corner, in every home. They weren't hiding anymore. They were gathering. And in the center of them all stood the original, the first shadow figure, taller and darker than the rest. When it noticed Maria watching, it smiled with a mouth full of void. "Welcome," it said without speaking. "You're ready now." Maria tried to scream, but no sound came out. She looked down at her hands and saw they were becoming transparent. She was turning into one of them. The forum post that night was the last anyone heard from Shadow Seer. Stage 3 has begun. We are no longer observers. We are the shadows now, and we're coming for everyone who ever saw us. Everyone who ever posted here. Everyone who ever believed. The living world is ending. The shadow world is beginning. And death is just the entrance exam. One by one, the forum members stopped posting. Their last messages were always the same. "I can see through everything now. The shadows are beautiful when you're one of them. Don't try to find us. We'll find you." Maria's body was found in the hospital parking garage, sitting peacefully in her car. No cause of death, no signs of struggle, just gone, like her life had simply faded away. But the security cameras told a different story. They showed Maria getting into her car normally. Then, for exactly 7 minutes, the footage went completely black. When the image returned, Maria was dead, and there was something else in the car with her. A tall, dark figure sitting in the passenger seat. The figure turned toward the camera, and for one frame, just one, you could see his face. Or rather, Maria's face, dark and hollow, with pinpricks of red light for eyes. The forum is still active, but now all the posts come from deleted accounts. The messages are simple. We're still here, we're still watching, we're still recruiting, and if you're reading this, if you've ever seen a shadow figure in your peripheral vision, if you've ever felt like something dark was watching you, check your reflection tonight. Look closely at the edges, where the light meets the shadow, and ask yourself, are you still solid, or are you starting to fade? Because once you see the shadows, they never stop seeing you. And once they start recruiting, well, let's just say Maria thought she was documenting a phenomenon. She never realized she was applying for a job. The job posting is still open, and they're always hiring.